It just came out of the oven and it is bubbling away. Right? Yum. Hey there, it's Amanda, and I am making a cast iron skillet, yes, apple crumb pie, and I did a cheat. I made the dough ahead. So, or actually, Ava made the dough ahead, and I planned to do this at like 10 a.m. this morning, and now it is 6:40, and my niece is coming for dinner, but I am going to get this pie done, and I'm going to show you that you can get this done very fast. It can be a great Thanksgiving dessert if you don't have a ton of time. If you can make the dough in advance, it's great. And then I'm just rolling it out very strenuously. And then I'm gonna put it in this 12-inch cast iron skillet. So I'm not gonna bore you with the rolling out part. I'm gonna come back in a minute and show you what it looks like. My niece has arrived. Riley, you wanna say hi?
Oh, hi!
And I've got my pie dough rolled out, and now I'm just going to set it inside and press it in. And then you're supposed to actually trim it so that it's flush with the edge. Alex, I'm going to have a fair amount of extra. I didn't expect that. All right, here we go. The beauty of this pie is because you're doing it in a cast iron skillet, it's very rustic, which means it doesn't have to look that great, but it's gonna taste great. All right, so I'm gonna press that in, and then we're gonna make the apple filling and then the crumble top, and we're gonna stick it in the oven, and then we're gonna have a nice dinner. We are moving on onto the filling. So you're supposed to do this to 6 apples. I just have saved one for last. And you're gonna peel the apple. Can I do it in one fell swoop? Can I? Hold on, it's almost done. Oh, shoot. Oh well, very close. You can save these and actually add them to water, or you can like roast them and make chips out of them. Let me show you my, oops, well, that wasn't a very good cheat actually, because I cut too deeply, but I just cut off the 2 sides of the apple usually, and so that I don't have to do what I'm doing now. But so much for that trick. Okay, so you're gonna do quarter inch slices, 1/4 inch wide. All right, so here we go. We're gonna mix the apples with some flour and brown sugar and cinnamon, all very classic, and then lemon juice and lemon zest. So here we go. I'm gonna zest the lemon now. Here we go. All right, so I've got my 5 apples sliced here. I'm gonna add them to a bigger bowl just so I have more mixing room. And then add my 6th one here, along with the brown sugar, 3/4 cup. And I believe it's 2 tablespoons of flour and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And then I'm gonna add a nice big pinch of salt. And I'm gonna add the lemon zest. This is all gonna come together. And I'm going to also host at some point. This is what my life looks like. Okay. Whoops. Oh, and I didn't even mention, very excitingly, Frank and Eileen, which makes this shirt, happened to be one of my husband's favorite brands, and he bought me this really cool Frank and Eileen sweatshirt, and then they saw that I was doing videos, and so they sent me this shirt. So my kids are feeling like, well, I'm feeling very cool with my kids because I'm like, hey, look, I'm kind of an influencer, but I'm not. I'm just, I'm just a lady who cooks in her kitchen, often frantically messing up. All right, you know, I actually think this is easier to do by hand, so I'm just gonna get my hands in there and mix it. Thank you, Frank and Eileen. I love this shirt, and it is a very nice cooking shirt, and I'm gonna do my best not to get it all stained like the rest of my cooking shirts. Okay, so that is the filling. There we go. There it is. All right, now we're gonna move into the crumble topping. This is Ava, by the way.
Hello.
Ava made the dough. So we basically are gonna add a bunch of dry ingredients because this is, you know, classic crumble topping. All right, so we got a cup of flour. That in there. We've got some regular sugar, half a cup, I believe. Let's see here, yep. And a quarter cup of light brown sugar. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Put that in there. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some salt. I don't think it calls for salt, but I'm gonna add it anyhow because I always like a salty crumble topping. Okay, let's give that a quick, like mix it by hand just so that you get everything's kind of unified. And then we're gonna mix the butter in. Okay, here we go. Okay. There we go. So you're basically just pinching the dry ingredients and kind of smudging it into the butter. It's good to have your butter cold so it stays lumpy, but when mine is pretty darn cold, so it's kind of stiff, which makes this a little bit harder. A little bit harder and a little bit more boring to watch. I almost forgot to do beer mission. Tonight I am drinking a Little Wolf Pale Ale. Highly recommend it. It's nice and autumnal. Even though it's about 90 degrees in this kitchen right now. Okay, so I put this in the fridge while I was doing the other things, and this is how easy this pie is to assemble. Okay, you don't get the beautiful lattice crust, but you get the sort of beautiful ease of being able to just take the filling, which is going to be delicious, and scrape it into a pie, this nice rustic pie dish. So you're supposed to sort of mound up the apples in the center. So I've got a light mound going, and then I'm going to just sprinkle the crumble all over the top. You can see I've done sort of like big lumps, small lumps of butter. Don't worry too much about it. The butter is going to melt. There we go. I'm gonna stick it in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes and then turn it down to 350, oh wow, for another 40 minutes. Guess we're gonna have dessert late tonight. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm gonna show it to you. Here we go. See? Okay. All right, and it goes. Woo! All right, it just came out of the oven and it is bubbling away. Right? Yum. Hello there, it's the next day, almost the next evening. The pie was awesome, but now I'm gonna do an official tasting for you. And what I will say is that cooking a pie in a cast iron skillet gets you a really, really nice crisp bottom. I really like this pie because it was a open faced crumble topping. It wasn't dry at all. In fact, it was like nice and juicy. Those little extra additions of salt that I added, I highly recommend. Because it's the next day, the crumble topping is not quite as crisp. So if you want it really crisp, either leave your cake or your pie out uncovered, I covered mine, or eat it when it's the day it's made. And we had it when it was still warm and it was so delicious. Oh, I should have shown you my pie before I lopped off the end. It's a really, really great recipe. As you saw, you can pull it together even on a chaotic weeknight when you have your niece over and other things going on. But I am definitely adding this one to my arsenal. And what I like about this is that it feels like the kind of pie that you would want to serve on a big holiday like Thanksgiving, but also just if you have like a bunch of extra apples around, you could whip this up. So thanks for joining, and I will see you next week.